Good afternoon and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our London studio. I'm Chris Taylor. Tensions in the Middle East have reached a dangerous new high as U.S.-Israeli forces carried out a strike on the B-1 bridge near Tehran, leaving at least 8 people dead. The attack marks a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict, with President Donald Trump publicly praising the operation on social media while warning that further strikes could target Iran's power infrastructure. In a dramatic development, Iran claims it has shot down a U.S. fighter jet, triggering an urgent search and rescue mission for 2 missing crew members. The situation remains fluid, with fears growing of a wider regional war. The conflict is now spilling into neighboring Gulf states, raising alarm across the international community. In Kuwait, a major oil refinery and desalination plant have been set ablaze following what authorities suspect was an Iranian drone attack. Meanwhile, the United Arab Emirates has confirmed intercepting dozens of incoming missiles and drones. The Gulf Cooperation Council has called on the United Nations Security Council to take immediate action to safeguard critical shipping routes and prevent further destabilization of global energy supplies. Turning now to Southeast Asia, Myanmar's military ruler, General Min Aung Hlaing, has been officially elected president by a pro-military electoral college. Securing an overwhelming 429 votes, the move effectively cements the junta's grip on power. However, international human rights organizations have strongly condemned the election, describing it as a staged process aimed at legitimizing military rule under the guise of civilian governance. For more on the global impact of rising tensions, we go to our Islamabad correspondent, Sarah William.
Thank you, Chris. Here in Islamabad, officials and analysts are closely monitoring the rapidly escalating Middle East conflict, particularly its implications for Pakistan's economy. With global oil prices surging, there are growing concerns about increased import costs and pressure on foreign reserves. Policymakers are also watching diplomatic developments, as regional instability could affect trade routes and energy supplies. The government is expected to review contingency plans in response to the evolving situation. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Sarah. Global markets are reacting sharply to the crisis, with U.S. oil futures recording their biggest one-day gain in 6 years, closing above $111 per barrel. The surge comes amid fears of prolonged disruptions to Gulf energy infrastructure and heightened rhetoric from Washington. Analysts warn that if the conflict continues, fuel prices worldwide could reach record levels by the end of the month, placing additional strain on already fragile economies. In the Caribbean, Cuba has released more than 2,000 prisoners under mounting pressure from the United States and amid a worsening domestic energy crisis. The Cuban government has described the move as a humanitarian pardon, while Washington views it as a response to demands for political reform. The White House has stated that while further actions are under consideration, military intervention is not currently on the table. In Indonesia, a powerful magnitude 7.4 earthquake has struck off the coast, causing significant damage across several islands. At least 1 death has been confirmed, with fears the toll could rise as rescue teams struggle to reach remote coastal communities. Tsunami warnings were briefly issued following the quake but have since been lifted, offering some relief to residents in affected areas. Meanwhile, in China, authorities have launched a serious anti-corruption investigation into Ma Xingrui, the former party secretary of Xinjiang. He is the 3rd senior Politburo figure to face scrutiny in recent weeks, signaling an intensification of Beijing's internal disciplinary campaign. Observers say the move reflects ongoing efforts to consolidate power within the Communist Party's leadership. And finally, in Islamabad, a notable moment of cultural diplomacy between Pakistan and Romania. Romanian Ambassador Dan Stoenescu presented a unique choral adaptation of Pakistan's national anthem, the Qaumi Tarana, to Senate Chairman Syed Yusuf Raza Gilani. Performed by Romania's National Chamber Choir, the composition reimagines the anthem in a polyphonic style while preserving its original spirit. The gesture highlights strengthening bilateral relations, with both sides also discussing parliamentary cooperation, economic ties, and the broader Middle East situation. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.